Jesus, I was about to go again. Right. Hello. Good evening, everybody, to this slightly delayed starting starting race, starting qualifying, starting stream for everything at this rate with the rate this is going. But welcome to CSS. Welcome to round 7. Sorry, I was going to say 8 then. No, round 7 of the CSS Championship. Today we are at the Circuit de Catalunya, Barcelona, in northeastern Spain. You have myself, ESV Bobbert, Adam Roberts in the box, and joining me once again, as usual, is Mr. Zach Clark. Hello, Zach. How are you?
Hi, Adam, mate. You're right.
Oh, yeah. You know, wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. Looking forward to this. Obviously, we had a different race winner for once last week, so we're hoping to go 2 in a row. TTM's run was finally stopped with 4 wins on the bounce. So hopefully we can have a different team win again tonight. Obviously, a few things to notify us tonight is that TF10 will have at least one driver take a quali ban, and I believe that is going to be Mr. Chudy, who TF10 have gone for Team Romania tonight again with Chudy and Agonized. Obviously, a few different names in here tonight from different teams. A few obviously noticeable names that we see pretty much week in, week out. But Zach, obviously gone into what is a legendary circuit here at the Circuit de Catalunya. What are we expecting? Or what are you expecting?
Big DRS train for 32 laps, then Carnage last lap.
Well, it could happen earlier, but I'm not going to go against. I'm not going to go against that.
I mean, if we went off the pace in, I think it was AEC, was it recently in Spain?
Yes, it was. Yes.
Agonized was quite quick. I think Furious was also at the front there. So I think it is going to be competitive good today. I think also like Chudy and Partick, I think have quali bans. I don't even know if Partik's even racing.
Partick said I think Partick said he was going to join mid-session. So obviously, yeah, Partick when he does join will obviously not qualify whatsoever. I need to turn telemetry off. That was at least when actually still in the pits, but it looks like initially it's going to be a dry quali. The sun is shining here over Spain, as you'd expect. You know, it does rain, but nowhere near as often as anyone here, obviously in the UK. But yeah, it looks like a dry quali.
Weather update. 92% rain chance in race.
I'm not even hosting. Oh, that is absolutely lovely. Is that who's that? Who's
my
mentioned
source
that then?
is Andrea.
Oh, Andrea. Nice. For once, it's not me that's doing it. Everyone can blame Ultra.
Whenever you're in a lobby, it just rains.
Yeah, maybe I'm just a bad omen. Just blame me. It's always my fault.
Oh, yeah, true.
But anyway, TF10. Their one and only driver to come out and qualify, Mr. Agonized, is the lead car out on circuit. Everyone seems to be taking their time, which kind of tells me at least that it's probably not going to rain, at least here in qualifying, and it should be a fully dry session. Obviously, lap times. Oh God, I'm trying to remember now exactly what lap times were.
Low tens.
Back in AEC, yeah, tens rung a bell. I can't remember exactly, but I'm hoping that obviously my team Shazoo, could pull it out of the bag again. I mean, the last time Elite Risk did Spain, he actually won. So hopefully he can go 2 on the bounce and get some decent points, but we'll quickly run through the standings. And as mentioned, obviously TTM's 4-race winning streak finally came to an end last week, and that was thanks to TF10 themselves, who closed the gap quite considerably, outscoring TTM by 26 points. They've accidentally got an Ultra and not Agonized. So that gap is now down to still a massive 90 points, but hopefully as the rounds go by into this second half of the season, they can close in. But here we go. Here comes Agonized on the first line lap of the session, down the main pit straight. He's got an Aston Martin coming out of the pit lane. Hopefully he's going to get out of the way. We will ride on board with this entire lap as he comes through turn 1, misses the apex on the inside line, nicely through turn 2. Bit of a wobble there on the exit as we're now just what is a flat out turn 3 corner. Sticks to the right hand side, which will collect the marbles as this session goes on. So that'll be a bit of a difficulty as we get to the second and third runs. 2 cars there on the left-hand side, just about getting out of the way. That was a Haas and an Alpine, I believe, as Agonized now comes through turn 5 into the middle sector. It's his difficult chicane on the exit where that sausage curb really sends you offline. No problems there for Organised though. Now through the flat-out right-hander onto the this back DRS straight into the fairly new turn 10. You know, it's been around for a few seasons now, but it's still new in the minds. Obviously, we all remember the old hairpin as he powers his way through the last sector. And again, obviously, we have no chicane. It is as it used to be, which is the much better flat-out penultimate and last corner. Agonized just about taking it flat out there through the last corner. What's his banker? It's a very solid 110.6, Zach.
Yeah, very really solid bank from Agonized there. The lone TF10 man in his qualifying. Maybe I don't know. I don't know other teams' slipstream plans, but maybe that will affect him in the later runs. But I think the next person to cross the line is going to be the Alpine of Sam who's starting. Never mind.
It's going to be Elite Race actually, I believe. Unless
Yes,
it's Williams and Martin on a lap, and it is Martin. He's going to be the second driver to finish his lap time. Going to be in the 110s, and he just pips Agonized by a quarter of a tenth there, so good effort there by Martin. And Elite Risk also joins them in the 0.6s as Cloud for Team FRT with a 0.5 there. Times are already tumbling. That's a good banker there from Cloud. As Elite Risk teammate, and I'm going the wrong way, Ogween set a very respectable 125.9. Unfortunately, we're not on wet tyres, Ogween. This is soft tyres, but he is going. He's going for another run. And Langman actually worsens his time, and as does Boy. So some drivers are clearly struggling at the moment. Coming through, and that's actually Easton. That's finished his lap. That's Furious coming to the end of his lap, and he sets a very solid 151. Unfortunately, maybe I think that's kind of more rowing boat speed. Not quite sure. Ballas coming through the final corner for Team BRT and joins his teammate Finbob on the third row for the time being with a 111 flat, but a good 3/10 off his teammate. So
Andrea
top 5 have a...
Crossing the line. Andrea cross the line for ATX, goes P6 with a 0.761. Talking about ATX, they had their first podium of the season last round with Sasha Andre. Great drive from him last round to get to ATX and very valuable. I think 27 points, something like that.
I'm just going to go with that. That sounds about right. Oh, no, I think 26. I think it's 26 points, I think it is. As Ogween now goes into P6 with that second attempt on his first, second lap on his first set of tyres. Got a bit of a tow from his teammate, and that gave him a little bit of a boost down that back straight. Simrock's one's teammate Boy does also finish his lap, but only with a very unrespectable, I guess you could say, 111.4, as Easton now goes ahead of him. Alpha Tauri of Drobble coming across the line. Drobble goes into P6, again joining the 1 minute 10.7 group. Drobble actually did fairly decently in Spain. He had good pace, however, penalties demoted him quite substantially. In fact, Team AERT, both drivers picking up, I think, 4 or 5 penalties respectively. So hopefully this week, as that's Partik that's joined and has retired as he should do. So at least Team AMS have finally actually got 2 drivers. And Partik's left. And he's left here. That's not a good sign. That's not a good sign.
Anyway, moving swiftly on, Cloud with the best banker of the bunch so far with a 0.561. He's really been on it lately, Cloud has. Belgium last week did amazing. Even as well. He's something special, Cloud is. I think he's like 13 as well. So, yeah.
I don't have a Scooby-Doo. Your guess is as good as mine. But Agonized already out extremely early. This, I think, tells me that he may have gone for the softer tyre compound option and maybe doing 4 runs here. We'll wait and see, but he's out very early. Nobody else has actually come out at all to start their next out lap. In fact, we've only got people coming in to do their in laps. So Agonized is doing something different. Like I said, he could be on the softer set to get 4 runs in. Zach, why don't you take this one away?
Very, very glad to, Roberts, mate. So, Agonized starting his second lap, like you said, really early compared to everyone else. Everybody else in pits with some cars going out now. But Agonized powers down to also on brakes near the 100 and flings his car through the chicane. Goes a bit wide on the exit, I feel, but keeps his car held to the inside. You can see little bits of marbles getting on his tires. But down into some forward, he's gonna be 80 thousandths up on his time. The TF10 driver gonna fling the car around the right hand down into the tight left, not tight hairpin, but just a hairpin. Now on the power, gotta really get a good X out there to get a good middle sector split. Now, he's had a good lap so far, but can he hold it through into the last sector? Can I go flat out round this next right-hand around? DRS, wide open, going in excess of 300 kilometers an hour, down into the braking zone, agonizes that over a head up on his time. Right now, that will put in pole, but he has a little wiggle on the exit now. Now, into another hairpin on this track. Now, to end the lap flat out, nearly goes wide of the track there, but keeping it within the white lines. Got to fling the car around the last corner now. It's been a good lap from agonized it. DRS open. Where's it gonna put him? It's gonna put him P1 with the 0.153. 513, sorry.
Well, I mean, if it's a 0.153, I'd be very surprised if he does that at this early stage. We could see it at the end, but yes, Agonized does take that provisional pole back, being the, well, we're going to have to wait quite a while now. Nobody else is actually on a lap, and the next person was originally one of the Red Bulls that was next, but BRT Balaz has decided to jump ahead of the train, and he's going to be the next person to start their flying lap as he comes across the start finish line. Obviously, with a 111 flat at the moment, he'll want to try and gain a few tenths to join his teammate. So a bit of work here to do for BRT Balaz. Into turn 1 he goes, takes it nicely there on the apex, perfectly kissing the curbs. No such problem with the rear of the car through turn 2, as Partic has thankfully rejoined the session. Through turn 3. Now for Balaz, let's see how his sector 1 time is, and he's marginally out compared to his first attempt, so at least he's going in the right direction for now. Through turn 4 now into the sort of hairpin of turn 5. Well, it is a hairpin, I guess you could say, of turn 5. And as we now rumble down the hill into the chicane. Again, taking it very nicely there. He uses that sausage curve on the exit to his advantage to try and not scrub us too much speed, and flat out through turn 8, Judy finally retiring. Obviously, going to get maybe an insight on everybody. Balaz only 400s up for the time being. At least he's still improving, but hopefully he's got a lot of time to find in this last sector, or he's just going to stay in P11 for the time being. Through the right-hander, just 2 corners to go for the BRT man. Can he keep it flat out? Can he keep it on the track? Can he not go in the gravel at the final corner, which we've seen people do? Me. DRS wide open now. He did find a bit more time in that final sector, but unfortunately, he only stays in P11. As we have... It's not Elite Risk, it is, I've gone the wrong way again, Mr. Ogwin going across the line, and he goes provisional pole with a 0.4 there, puts nearly a 10th clear on Agonized. We now have a Mercedes coming through. It is not Cloud, it is his teammate of Langman, and I think he's just starting a lap, actually.
Yeah, minor improvement from Langman, only to 20 thousandths improvement. But you got some people, I don't know if they're starting or finishing, but you got Simbaros goes to 11.
Tell you what, though, Furious, 2 tenths up on the first sector alone for the TTM man as he's coming through the fast right-hander down the DRS straight into the end of the middle sector. Furious now, what is he up? He's now a quarter of a second up on his best. That is going to put him pretty much level with Shizu's Ogwin for the time being, but he's still got this final sector to go round the right-hander. 2 more right-handers to go, just about keeping it within track limits there on the exit. What can Furious do? Can he take provisional pole for Team TTM and try and regain their winning streak back? The answer is yes, and by over a 10th of a second into the 0.2s already for TTM Furious.
Yeah, great lap from Furious there. I think you have his teammate, just starting a lap there. Let me find the next person finishing. Yeah, got Easton finishing. Easton finishing is like now in the final sector. Sorry, 2 tenths up now. Kisses the curb on the right-hander, opens the RS for Team ATX. Where will he go? He improves by 3 cents. Yeah, he improves by 3 cents, but doesn't really improve. I think you've got Elite Risk.
He's gone into the box. He's obviously made a mistake somewhere. As Cloud is now coming through the final corner. He's actually a 10th.5 down on his best and stays a 10th.5 down, so no improvement there for Cloud on his second run. We now have a McLaren coming through, which is Bob Boyd. He's starting a lap. We now have the G-League car going into the pits. A lot of drivers come into the pits. So is there a Williams of Martin on a lap? He is a quarter of a second down off the first sector, so he won't be improving. So I think that is pretty much the second runs now already over and done with, and it is now reshuffled a little bit with Furious now leading the charge from Ogwin and Agonize, and then Cloud. So 4 different teams in the top 4. I think you've got them in order again with Martin and Elite Risk, but Andrea once again. Well, this time Andrea is setting really good pace here with a 110.6, but it is very close. You know, from P5 of Tyrell Martin down to Drobble in 9th. They're separated by only just over a tenth of a second there, Zach.
Yeah, the top split now is really close, but Furious at 10th clear with a .299. I think everyone out on track is just in laps, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, Agonize is actually on his next lap, and I just got on board with him, and he had a massive rear end slip through the exit of turn 5. So not really the best of starts there for TF10's Agonize, and he's actually backed out of his lap. Obviously, whatever he had done, he's just lost way too much time. So that's him done. Kieran coming on to the end of his second sector, 3.5 tenths up on his previous best, but at the moment that will only put him just ahead of his teammates. G-League here not having the best of qualifyings at the moment. Hopefully can Kieran find a bit more time, maybe try and challenge FLC Sam, or even maybe a get ahead of Sam. Sorry, not Sam. I can't even read an A from an E. The answer is he goes ahead of his teammate, but behind Sam.
4 tenths behind, correct. Yeah. I'll say decent that, but compared to other drivers, it's not really that decent. But yeah, decent effort from me. Obviously, G League used to the tourney, or relatively used to the tourney anyway, after FRC folded. But everyone, before the final runs, put your predictions of the poll time in the comments and who by it if you want to do it. My prediction is I want to do a .24 something by Furious. That's my prediction.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, Furious is looking good at the moment. I mean, Agonize, if he can get his act together, can also be up there. I think, obviously, both Shazoo boys have got a very good chance. I think, realistically, it's going to be one of those top 6 to get pole position. I'm probably going to go with Furious. I mean, it's not just the fact that he's got that gap. It's just the fact I think he's got a little bit more in hand, potentially. But anyway, we can only Justin going with In My Mirror for pole position, which is obviously Mirror who tries for Team AERT, currently in P13. I mean, anything could happen. What I can see happening is Team Shazoo starting their next runs, and Elite Risk is the second driver, so that means he's going to get a tow from his teammate Ogwin down this whole pit straight to gain him a load of time. I mean, look at that. Just look at the slipstream at work there. That is perfectly done there by the Shazoo boys, and Elite Risk no issues going into turn 1. So let's ride on board with the Shazoo man, which will be his final run as Easton has lagged out, and Furious has been given a 5-place grid penalty, which means
restart.
It's a restart. Come on, just leave space. You know how to do this. Anyway, I didn't actually pay attention there as to how much Elite Risk was up or down this time. Actually, I hope you saw that, Zach, because I certainly didn't. As he goes through the middle sector into the left-right chicane. Very nicely done. Could have taken a little bit more of the exit, perhaps, but, you know, if that's how he does it, that's how he does it. Flat out through the right-hander. A DRS open now, coming to the end of Sector 2. How is Elite Risk looking at the time being? The answer is he's 3 tenths up. He's, if he can find a bit more time in this last sector, he can certainly challenge TTM Furious for that top spot. Round the right-hander we go, and you can see the marker balls, well, for me at least, have completely gone as he comes through the penultimate corner, and he's turned in too early. He's tried to open the corner too much there, Elite Risk. That's a rookie mistake. That would have put him P2, right behind Furious. He's going to be kicking himself for that silly mistake that he just made.
Yeah, unfortunate for Elite Risk then. Finbob next across the line on a flying lap, but he is 2 tenths down. I think behind him we have Drobble. I didn't see a sector split, but he did say purple modal sector on my screen, but I don't know
whether we believe
if
that's
true or not.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but I guess we'll see. But he's gonna fling the car around the final corner, flat out in that AlphaTauri. Gonna open DRS. The ART man, he's gonna put it P5. That's effort.
Good effort. It's not Cloud that's coming through. That's Cloud's teammate Langman. He did go a tenth of a second improvement, but he did not improve on his position. We've got a Williams now coming across the lines. Tyrell Martin, he's a quarter of a second up at the moment. Can he join his teammate in the front row of the grid? And the answer is he can. Yeah, Martin goes to P2, provisionally for the time being. Furious is obviously now going to start his next flying lap, maybe get a tow. There's a McLaren of Simbarox 1 who goes up into P7. So it's a good lap there by Simbarox 1 to get his McLaren up there. Cloud obviously starting his next lap. The second
Furious,
McLaren.
you bowled it. You're on the level. So
That's
what
all
happened
by
was
the looks
Furious.
of it. That is Furious now over and done with. Ballas is a tenth of a second up, and his current PB at the moment. Can he find a bit more to get himself, promote himself up a position? The answer is no. He does. He stays in P12. Unfortunately, he's not been able to improve in his times. Alguin is the next driver to come around, and he too has made a mess somewhere. So Alguin is not improving. I believe that is Ultra now coming across the line to start his next attempt. He will be the last driver to finish their lap. So I think the next person to cross the line is Cloud, but he is 2/10 down in the first sector alone already.
They didn't have a toe because I obviously will explain it, but I think everybody in the top 7 did make mistakes, apart from Martin, obviously, unagonised. But
Cloud's
yeah,
actually
Cloud now
he's
10th
found
down.
a tenth and a half. He's found a tenth and a half in the middle sector. As behind him, he's got the AERT drivers. I think Drobble just gave his teammate a tow there. We'll see if Cloud can improve. See if he can find time in this middle sector, because he could potentially get. This last sector, he could potentially get ahead of Agonized. And the answer is he does find time. He does improve, but that first sector has hindered him. But that was a good sector 2 and sector 3 there from Cloud. But unfortunately, the no tow has cost him dearly. TTM, obviously, we know that Dunker's Furious has messed up his lap. And I believe, apart from Ultra, I think, is going to be the last person who's now harvesting. So he's finished. So that is qualifying now over and done with. And TTM, once again, have a front row lockout.
Yeah, really good result from TTM again. Flores with his second lap being off pole. Maybe it could have been more, but he did make that crucial mistake in turn 2 on his last lap. But I think it's going to be a competitive race. I wonder what CSN can do. Obviously, Chudy started from the back. And we saw last week in Belgium, he had to do a recovery drive and he did very well. So we will see.
He certainly did, yeah. I think one driver who's going to be kicking himself is going to be Elite Race. That time was good enough for second on the grid to split in what would have been a TTM from Shazoo, but unfortunately a rookie mistake there by the guy who won his last, as I mentioned, his last Spain race. So he's got it all to do from P8. He's got a bit of work there to try and get up towards his teammate, but it is Furious once again on pole from his teammate Martin and Ogwin rounding out your top 3. And if you ignore the 2 TTM drivers, we got their 3rd through 7th, 5 different teams behind them.
Yeah, we can just see how competitive it is. I mean, they've got FRT and even ART, the new people there, but it will be a restart, as like I've just seen Furious is 5th place. So I'm pretty sure we just stay in the lobby.
Yes.
I think.
Yes, but we will run through the grid. Obviously, there will be a bit of a pause, as we said, with Furious getting a 5-place grid penalty. So, as I said, still TTM on the front row of the grid, Furious from his teammate Martin. Allgreen will be 3rd with Agonized 4th, and Cloud rounding out your top 5, with Jobble in 6th, and Brooks 1 in 7th, Elite Risk 8th, Andrea 9th, and Finbob in 10th. Team BRT, once again, I think going the same drivers and not having a great qualifying. Hopefully, they can do a better job in the race. Langman is 11th from Ballas in 12th. You then got Mirror and Bourbon, Easton, Sem, Ultra, Kieran, and then Partik and Judy, obviously having qualifying bands, will be on the back row of the grid. So that is qualifying over and done with. Now, we were expecting a 92% chance of rain in the race. So it'll be interesting to see as we load in, just to give us an idea as to how heavy this rain potentially is going to be. And hopefully the answer is...
Come on, don't give us a full race. You know you want to.
Oh my word! That is. Are we sure we're not in England?
No.
Is this England or is this Spain? That is some. That's got to be some of the heaviest rain that I've seen on the game.
Arch said in the Xbox chat that it's fallen on the way through, and I doubted him a bit, but.
That's what I'd call mildly moist.
Yeah, it's just that's my average water score in the morning. Not that much.
Yeah. Oh well, at least we now know we have a good idea as to what it's going to be like when we get everything restarted. Hopefully the driver's just ready. I don't
think I've actually seen rain that heavy on the game before.
I mean, I know it did in WR Tier 2 Belgium at the end of the race. I know it did for us in the last few laps. But I mean, to see it at the beginning of a race and potentially could be with us all race, it could be quite interesting, I think, to say the least.
Yeah,
but hopefully, someone just readies up and we can just then get retiring and we can then get this get this over and done with. But yeah, Ogwin's just posted in the chat. It's not even just heavy rain. We've actually got lightning icons.
Lovely. Oh,
That's got to be
that's
this
lovely.
essentially is storm conditions. Isn't that technically
I
then a
say
red?
we just,
Isn't that a red flag?
if there's in career mode, it'll be a red flag. But personally, I've never seen full lightning before. I say we sack off the restart, just get going. It's like, so, that's what it's got, mate.
I
But
don't think Furious and Tez in particular will be happy with that if we don't, if
it
we don't
just
get going. Interesting comment there by James who just posted in the
James,
chat. I am not going
Justin's mum
to.
throws.
That's an
I
interesting one. But anyway, obviously, we're just going to, hopefully this lot are just going to retire immediately. Sam there with a nice drive-through. Yep, so everyone gets the moment. They're just going to have a little practice start. Oh dear, oh, that's carnage. Oh
Never
no,
mind.
that is... that's like the F2 start in Australia.
It's a bit wet.
Mm.
You can't eat. Oh, it's a bit wet.
Yeah, it is a bit wet, but yeah, we're just going to wait a little bit now until people decide to find the retire button, and then Ultra can just set the grid up and we can get going. But yeah, according to the possible race strategies, it's wet to wet. So I think we now know. Well, we knew what we were going to expect. So it's going to be a full wet race, which is going to be quite interesting to see who has got the speed in the well, technically rowing boat conditions.
Who is the Rainmaster of CSS?
Who is the Rainmaster? Yes, who is the Rainmaster?
I mean, Judy last week was fucking mega on those inners. That's a 20 peak on sorry Ace, but he was fast.
Indeed, yes, he definitely was. He certainly was. I mean, he is currently now leading this race because he is one of only 3 people that have still yet to find the retire aspect. But yeah, I it is 8:30. I don't have all night, guys. I would like to.
Yeah, I've got to revise some mocks soon. Can we just wrap up these? That was how I do the race.
It's not, yeah. Oh well, Judy's been disqualified, so maybe that's an insight as to how his race is going to go.
Hopefully not. There we go. Talk long enough. While we're waiting, what did everyone have for dinner today? I'll start. Pork, potatoes, peas, banging.
Not bad.
Just easy.
Not bad.
Yeah. What did you have for dinner today, Adam?
What did I have for... well, I say tea because, I'm from up north.
Well...
Yeah,
what do I have?
What do I have? Some nice sausages, some roast potatoes, some sweet corn and peas, and then a mixed veg as well, like some roasted peppers, onions, etc. All the good stuff, and then obviously, just because I like, something else to go with it, some bit of gravy, to go with that as well.
Bit of gravy, yeah. Gosh, beautiful that. And can I just say that I want to get this out here quickly. Apple juice is clear of orange juice. Drinking it now, just astronomically clear, really. No debate. That's what I'm saying.
Well, I mean, everyone can take that or leave it. I guess they can decide as to what to do. Do you know what, Quib? I do agree with you on that one. Penalty for late retirements, in my opinion. Yeah, I do agree with that.
We move.
Yes, we do move. So, what we
I think
will
it's
do
going
is...
to be on Ultra now to get the grid all sorted. So I was going to have to wait for everyone to jump back in
yeah.
the next section.
Yeah, it's just gonna... I don't think anybody left. Or at least I hope nobody left.
I just saw Bowman join back. Fucking hell.
Oh, right. Oh, well,
everyone
is here. Right, okay. So what I will do is I'm going to have a quick look at the team standings, because obviously I only went through it briefly. So TTM, at the halfway point of the season, have 297 points. As I mentioned, have a 90-point lead over Team TF10, who took over second place after the end of the last round because they had a fantastic result. Team Shizou also had a very good result, moved themselves up to third place. They are 16 points further back off Team TF10, but it was BRT who lost out. They went down from second to fourth, and now on 179 points, a further 12 points back on Team Shizou. There's then a bit of a gap to Team FRT, who are on 139 points, and then an even bigger gap again which is Team ATX, even though they got that fantastic third place finish by Sasha Andre at Baku last week, are only on 62. I say they're only on 62 points. They technically now have gone ahead of NVR, who are no longer with us, but obviously there is a massive gap. For them to find. Obviously, then we've had teams that have not been with us the whole season, such as AERT and G League, who have got, they're just going to try and just rack up as many points as they can. Then obviously you've got FGE and AMS, who are kind of battling out between themselves with a 9-point difference, both on 40 and 31 points respectively. But obviously the big thing to look out for there is the fact, as we've said, Zach, is that TTM have won for the first 6 races of the season. Can they be caught? That's the question.
Probably not, unless the F10 can just cork massively. I don't doubt them to do it. But TCM I've got quick drivers, especially like Judy and Agonize, the remaining duo themselves.
Yeah, I mean, obviously we can only let's wait and see, obviously, as to what's going to happen. But the fact that they've got Furious Racing once again for TTM tonight. Obviously, he's just been a man on form here in CSS. So he's going to have to. Well, I'm not saying he's been carrying the team, obviously, but he has got, I think, all bar one of their victories. I want to say, I might be wrong with that.
Furious, did you say?
Yeah.
Furious in the races the F10 have done. He's got, I think, 3 of the wins they've got, and I single the other one.
That's correct. Yeah, I think you're right with that.
Halloween.
Obviously, well, unfortunately, Halloween is not racing tonight. It is obviously Furious with his teammate Martin. Martin, I think this is his second race here in CSS, if memory serves me right. I think he raced at Silverstone.
Yes, he did.
He did, yes. And he got the front row with his teammate. But unfortunately, I think because of the strategy, I think he was 4th or 5th. Which is still a good result, but it could have been better.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Anyway, hopefully we don't have to wait too much longer for Ultra to set this up. I'm hoping he has taken qualifying off, thankfully. What he also needs to do is put it on heavy rain for the entirety.
Yeah. Don't want a bit of rain. Like I said before.
I am just going to remind you.
I'm doing it now, mate.
Already done it.
When you have...
I might be older, but I can still type quick.
Fuck. I've just been out-typed by a 38-year-old.
Somebody asking for AERT's quality positioning. I believe it was 6th and 13th. I think Grumpy is correct with that, with Drobble being 6th and his teammate Mirror being in 13th. Ultra asking me to go... Can you go on Ultra's stream to check the things okay?
Sure. GL... Right. There we go. Here it is. Hey, go back on it. I'll go back on it. Yeah. Got it. Tell him to go back onto the grid so I can see it.
Oh, right.
He's checking on this, just checking the settings. Tell him to pull on for what? If he hasn't. Yeah, that's my bad.
Yeah.
My bad. Right, okay, so can you go to the screenshot in the chat and we can double check it, please?
Yeah, certainly. So...
Right, so is it Furious Martin Ogween?
Yep.
Agonized Cloud Trouble?
Yep.
Symborox Elite Andrea?
Yep.
Finbob Langman Badass?
Yep.
And then, Mirror Bob and Easton?
Yep.
Sem Ultra?
Yep.
He's gone off it. He's put it that.
Then it should be Kieran, Partick, and Chudy.
I think that's correct, actually. I think he's on it right. Yeah, he's on it. Okay.
Hang on. So, Kieran 18th. Wait, who did I say was 19th?
I think
Partick. And Judy 20th. Oh.
What?
No, leave on approximate. So long. That's
Oh,
heavy rain.
wait, he's gone to the bottom. No, it's not. It says, does it Kieran pass it Judy? Yeah, right, it's
Yeah.
done.
Oh, Kieran apparently would be disqualified anyway. Apparently, Kieran, by the
Yes.
looks of it, has not signed up to Grid Finder, I believe.
Leave on approximate. 40 minutes late. No.
He's just done it now. Oh, no. Right. Oh, dear.
Oh. Oh, my Kieran. Right, Kieran has to leave Robbie since he's done the Grid Finder late and he has gone, so he can ready up.
Okay. Excellent. So, unfortunately, League are now going to be down to one driver. It is going to be down to the host Ultra, all by himself.
Oh, so. But yeah, I think we can start already up now.
Yeah, if you want to tell them, then that would be fantastic.
I actually have already, mate.
Oh, you have? Oh, very good.
Oh, because Scott left his Brody Williams. I also has to check if it's P1 or not.
Oh, for God's sake.
Yeah, he is. He is.
I think for him doing that, he has to start at the back of the grid. I think actually, didn't I say that at Silverstone when he got pole position as well? He has to start last. I might have said that.
Jenna's told me to watch my language. Fair enough, honestly.
What? Oh, you really wanted the 25p from the stream this time? I'm saying 25p based off how it's been going recently.
I mean, I got told off for swearing at school today because I'm just so unbelievably good.
No, it's just because you just can't stop swearing.
Yeah, that's fair enough. I need to stop. I can't be rocking up to work, right? Yeah, true.
I mean, one thing I do know is obviously based off one of my colleagues at work, she's got 2 kids in secondary school. And, she's saying about how things are just absolutely ridiculous now with schools and how things have completely changed, etc. So I'm kind of glad I'm not in school.
Well, I've got this year, then next year, which is GCSEs, which I can't be asked to sit in a hall for God knows how long. But yeah, we move.
We certainly move, and there we go.
It's hammering it down again.
Well, that's good. That's exactly how we had it. So obviously the drivers know they can ready it whenever they want. Hopefully someone hasn't done it and hasn't put their setup or anything on. That would be interesting. I will be honest. I did do that once actually. The race wasn't fun. At least it wasn't raining, but it wasn't fun. So get your predictions in the chat, everybody. Who do you think who's going to win this race? Who's going to be top 3? Zach thought I'm going to do it first this time.
Okay.
I am going to go, obviously with it being heavy rain all race, I don't expect to see a lot of overtaking, but we'll see. Originally, I was going to go with an Elite Risk 2 from 2 in Spain, but I don't think that's going to happen now because he's down in 8th. So I am instead going to go with, I think Furious will win. I'll go with an Ogween P2. And I think for P3, we will go with Cloud.
Respect. Quick and easy, no dawdling. Oh shit, I actually need to think. Sorry. I wish I raced her actually. I need to look at the grid.
Where do you think Chudy will finish? There's another separate point. Where will Chudy finish this race? Will he finish at all?
4th.
You think he's going to be 4th? I mean, that'll be a driver of the day performance. But
I've got faith in that lad. But okay, right, okay, here we go. Winner Furious, P2. I'm gonna go Agonized, and P3 Cloud.
so
And
very
then
similar to me then.
P4 Martin P5.
So very
Yeah, similar
similar.
to you. Similar to you. Kieran, mate, just stop yapping in the Xbox chat. You've been good. Just stop arguing. Anyway, moving swiftly on. We should be rolling up anytime soon. It's just hammering it down again, which is great.
Yeah, I mean, we know it's going to be like this all race. Sorry, I am trying to still multitask. I'm man trying
There
to
is a poll
multitask
in the
isn't
chat now. There's a
yeah.
poll in the chat to see who's winning, and 23 votes for FRT and still growing. 27, 30. Who's doing that then? So it's like 10 points a vote. Right.
Oh wow, well somebody's
We're going.
well, we are going. Someone's not hanging back whatsoever, but here we go. 5 lights on the board. It is lights out and away we go. Already, obviously they weren't faffing around. Team TTM get a decent start. Well, Furious definitely does. Martin looked like he might under a little bit of a threat from Ogween. Going into turn 1, Agonize trying to stick his nose in down the inside, but TTM still lead the way. Furious lead to Martin. Langman and Finbob having a bit of a tussle there through turns 1 and 2, but it's pretty much as we were. And there's a bit of contact. There's 2 spinners in the background, and that is Ultra and Sem that have been sent to the Shadow Realm near enough, and they've dropped off, as has Chudy and Party. They're obviously in their own little battle through turn 3, so Chudy already up 3 places into P16, but it's as you were at the front as Simbarox one goes for a move, trying to go around the outside of Drubble, round turn 5. He might have the karting line and the traction, but unfortunately there was no way through as they're still side by side, and now Finbob is sticking his nose in as they're coming through the chicane. Oh, there's a Red Bull round. That's Elite Race. Oh, dearie me.
Roberts.
Oh, time machine is on. Sorry, I just realised I clicked the wrong thing. Apologies.
It's alright. Anyway, at the front, Furious extended his gap already, so 1.1 seconds, and they're still fighting in the mid-pie goal.
Oh, Jesus
Simbarox and Drubble
Christ.
already making contact.
Yeah, Drubble had a...
trying to go around the outside. The FGE driver. Drubble's gonna keep it though. Oh, I know it's actually Simbarox trying to go around the outside. He's gonna keep his nose in there. Bit of a risky move there from the FG driver, and Drubble nearly lost the car on the exit up on the corner. Now Simbarox one is trying to go down the inside.
wide. They are going. Finbob is on the grass for God's sake. 4 wide into turn 1. What is this all about? Finbob round the outside, Drubble on the inside. Drubble retakes P6. Simbarox one was the loser there. He lost 2 places, but that was almost asking for trouble. Bloody hell, how they did not come across into turn 1, I do not know. But obviously, Elite Race, I don't know what happened to Elite Race. I'm guessing they all just clustered up, and he was the one who just got tagged around, unfortunately. So he's now down to P17. But there's gaps already starting to appear. Furious is 1.3 seconds clear of his teammate, who's got Ogween on his tail, and Agonize himself is over a second behind Ogween. So gaps already starting to appear as Chudy batting away with Bob and Boy there, as a yellow flag is out for Sem, I believe it is, but we're still going. But that's been a crazy start, Zach.
It has been a crazy start. Fun fact: this is the 2nd race in a row a Shazoo driver has been taken out.
Indeed, that's the Bivins team battle there with Andrea and Easton, and Andrea takes the position from his fellow teammates. They're running P11 and P12 at the moment. Hopefully things might start to settle down now, but Furious's gap has increased by half a second up to 1.8 now over Martin. I said Martin there, not over Martin. Ogween now, is he going to try and get a move done on the legend himself? The answer is no, Martin. He missed the apex in turn 1 as Cloud now trying to go around the outside of Agonize through turn 1. Oh, I nearly stuck his nose into turn 2 there. Agonize completely shuts the door on him. But Agonize looks like he is struggling at this moment in time. He's actually fallen quite. He's now over 2 seconds down now from Ogween in front of him. But these gaps are really starting to appear as Sem has now gone into the box. So that's Ultra and Sem. Obviously have pitted for new wings, so they're going to have to hope for a a safety car somewhat. As Ogween actually now has gone down the inside of Martin on the exit of 5, and that is Ogween now promoted into P2. Martin down to 3rd, as Chudy now trying to make his way through the field. He's got under the inside of the ART man of Mirror in the middle sector, and that's Chudy up another position now, already up into P13.
Yes, I said I have faith in Judy. I did have faith, and he has been the biggest gain in the first few laps, gaining 6 positions. Biggest loser has obviously been Elite Risks, losing 9, which is unfortunate for the Shazoo man. As Shazoo do show really good pace every week, it's just obviously unfortunate that they get tagged in unfortunate events. But Furious now 2.3 seconds away from P2. He's gone faster than my dad. Anyway, yeah. Ogween did make a move on Martin. Martin 8/10 behind now, and you can see there is loads of gaps in the top 5 that are just getting bigger and bigger. But behind them, it's all a bit. It's all the same. No moves being made as of right now, but I imagine we'll see some more in the next few laps.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it'd be interesting to see what the gap between Furious and Ogween will be at the end of this lap, to see what the pace difference is. But already Furious has pulled 4/10 through the first sector alone. He's a man on fire, as Elite Risk now has moved himself up into P60, as I think Partik made a mistake through turns 1 and 2. So the Shazoo man now into P60, but he's got nearly a 5-second gap to gain on the train in front of him, which has kind of now started to close back in again. Agonize is now a second off Martin in front. So he's having a better lap here. Drobble's obviously 1.1 back as well. As Judy now going for another move, this time on Easton, the same place as he did the previous lap on Mirror, and that is Judy now up into P12. He's getting these moves done as quickly as he can. Obviously, he needs to get some decent points here for Team TF10, but that is Judy now up 7 places into P12, and we're only on lap 4.
Yeah, he's doing really well, and we have the first 3 second of the evening. Round of applause for FRC Sem. Amazing from him. Joking.
Indeed, yeah, Sem there for AMS. Unfortunately, pick up a penalty only on lap, well, as he starts lap 4. Well, if you look at the gap between the top 2, is increased by 8/10. Sem has now crashed and retired, and that's a safety car.
Always bloody bad markers, man. Honestly, ruining races.
I'm going to go on board with Furious here. I want to see exactly where Sem has crashed. Sem has crashed, yeah. He's,
He disappeared. That's
yeah,
a bit unfortunate. It's too early to make any boxing ideas as well, so it's kind of a useless lap on social. I mean, maybe if somebody wants to go for a massive gamble, but I don't know the weather, and I doubt it's going to get any line there anytime.
Oh no, it probably won't do. But I mean, yeah, you got to think. Yeah, track position is key. However, the one thing as we know with this game is tyre wear, even on the wets or inters. You know, if you pit. Also, if you're on, much older tyres, you are just going to get absolutely swallowed up by the chasing pack. Found this out myself, actually, in EOR last week at Austria. It was inters, but those who pitted earlier found out later in the stints that their pace was just nowhere near the same as to those who pitted even just a few laps later. So it might be worth pitting. They do have 3 sets of wet tyres, so somebody could take the chance, but you're going to have to hope that other people do as well. I mean, if you're towards the back of the grid, the likes of Partik and Elite Risk, you may as well pit. You're not going to lose anything. I mean, those at the front, I'd be surprised if they did. But we can only wait and see. Does Furious decide to pit? The answer is yes, he does. Does Ogween pit? No. And Martin also pits. But most of the field stay out.
Tez cooking. Yeah, Chudy also in.
Chudy does pit. Don't blame Chudy. He's kind of towards the back end of the midfield aspect. And some people are also... Elite Risk also stay out. A bit surprised there. That Elite Risk hasn't gone for the pit, actually. I thought he might have gone for the fresh tyres. What do I know? Well, let's see where Furious is going to come out. Is he going to be ahead or behind Elite Risk? The answer is he will be ahead. His teammate Martin will be behind. But Furious has lost 11 places from that pit stop, of which he's going to have to... Yes, he was the quickest on those, initial first 4 laps before the safety car came out. But he's got a lot of overtaking to do now.
Yeah, indeed he does, and Martin is off the track. He's spun on the exit of turn 2 on those new wets I've just seen. So not an ideal start, but breaking news, Shazoo Oggy Woggy or Ogween is leading the Grand Prix. Stop the count. Get Shazoo a win. Joking.
Yeah, why not? Give us a win. You know, we want to win. You know, who doesn't?
Some guy in the chat said, just stay out in front of Spain. It's easy.
Yeah, that is. If memory, well, if that's who I think it is, it's Mr. Kieran Kelly, who I used to race with back in the day. If it is you, Key, what the hell are you doing here? How did you find this, and why are you here? But
Joseph said Owen really wants his Easter egg.
Yeah, this again is in relation to... well, actually, George, if he wants a third Easter egg now, after what we said from... although, well, it depends if he wins. I suppose we'll have to wait and see.
I want an Easter egg. I love Easter eggs.
No, you can't have them. Because I said so.
Mini eggs, the mini eggs are goated. I don't hear anything. I love mini eggs. Just so nice. I need to do my homework.
I think it's fair to say that you like mini eggs. I think that's what we've gathered from that, is Zach likes mini eggs.
I just love anything. I'm fat, so I'm happy.
You're fat.
Anyway, I need to do my homework.
You're going to do homework whilst...
On the safety car? Yeah, why not?
Well, the safety car's... well, actually, it's probably not even going to come in at the end of this lap.
What do I have
Considering Ultra's still got a long way to
go.
go.
I've got double maths.
Yeah, this guy's, he's got double maths. He's not going to like that.
No, I think I might schedule a sick day for tomorrow.
He's going to be ill. He's going to come down with a...
Oh my god, I have 5 pieces of homework. But... okay, that's a bit annoying. Anyway, I'll stop yapping. Ultra's 36 seconds behind, so...
Alfie Daniels saying that he's got a headache planned for tomorrow. I've already got a headache, so I'm way ahead of you all, but I've still got to go into work, you know, because I've got to earn money.
What do you do for work, Adam?
A trainee manager.
Fairs.
Fairs.
For what company? Like, what does the company do?
Bolero Fox is asking, what are you doing in maths? Is it division?
No, we're doing rearranging equations, simultaneous equations, and making and gradients of graphs and shit. It's annoying.
Nice.
I'm too dumb to do the really high stuff. But I'm not that thick. Like I need the higher paper. I'm not a foundation meat.
He's not a complete and utter melt. Basically, is what he's trying to say.
Ace me. I don't count to 10. I'm not that stupid. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
As Easton and Elite Risk going in with an interesting approach here. Both of them pitting now. Interesting.
No, I ain't doing calculus yet, unfortunately. Yeah.
Yeah, anyways, lap 7 of this Spanish Grand Prix. We've had enough of calculus and going on about bloody maths and what Zach is and isn't doing in his double maths lesson that he's got tomorrow. Elite Risk and Easton obviously just made a pit stop. Obviously, the safety car will come in this lap because this is the 3rd lap, so we will get back under racing conditions. But the fact that they've gone for the pit stop at this point, I mean, I get it, it's fresher tyres, but they've just lost a lot of track position, so not really sure about that one. But essentially, the top 10 all stayed out. Hughes obviously is the first person on the newer tyres. So let's see how far he can get up through the grid before the top 10 make their pit stop. Well, I presume, or to be honest, I think everyone is going to have to make another pit stop. As to whether or not Elite Risk and Easton can go to the end of what will be 25 lap old wet tyres, I don't have a clue. Find out.
Yeah.
Yeah, there we go. Safety car in this lap. Ogween will now start to bunch the field back up again. Well, slow them completely down. He will now be the pace setter, and he will decide to go when he decides he wants to go. He's got Agonized in P2, Cloud P3, Jubble P4, and Finbob P5. So the top, 5 different teams, separate, in the top 5. So that's very good for, what's the word I'm thinking of? It's not diversity. Or is it diversity? I don't know. Whatever the word is, we've got different
No
teams.
idea.
We've got different teams up there. That's all that matters. We like to see different, you know, we don't want to see the same people up there. As we'll go on board with Mr. Drobble on this race restart. Driving the number 13, unlucky for some. It definitely was unlucky for him last week with the penalty count. As there's a Haas of Andrea coming into the box. I'm guessing he's picked a wing damage as we're about to go green once again. And here we go. And Ogween managing to jump Agonize there. And Agonize is coming under threat from FRT's Cloud here. The American, can he dive it down the inside of the Romanian? Agonize breaking way too late to try and hold that position. Cloud says, thank you very much. I'll have a bit of that. And Drobble goes around the outside of 2. Finbob goes through as well. Poor start there for Agonize. Drops to 5th.
Yeah, unfortunate restart for their Agonize, but Drobble making his way into P3 for ART as Furious makes a move on Bourbon Boy around the outside of turn 4. Good move there from the bit, and him and Martin are going to be looking to make some more moves as Ballas gets overtaken by Simbarox. BRT again not having as big of a presence as they did at the start of the season, but Finbob in P4 is doing good for Labunga. Anyway, Easton Ultra fighting at the back. Now I think there was a little bit of contact as they are still, I think they're side by side. Yes they are, into the fast right hander. It's going to be tight now and they both keep it safe at the back of the string there, but also like we saw, Andre did have a little incident and lots of moves being made in the mid-pack. Furious making his way up to P8 and the people off. Yeah, I was going to say.
Just going to say, a bit of contact there. Well, I was watching a ball with Furious, who's just made a double overtake. Ballas just hit the rear end of Simbarox one, and these fresh and wet tyres are working like a treat. As they're side-by-side through the final corner, Agonized and Finbob. Oh, Agonized had a bit of a snap there at the exit. I don't know if that was lag. But now we've got Langman and Furious now in this. And we're going to go 4 wide again. This is not NASCAR. This is Formula 1. Furious going to go round the outside of all 3 of them. Can he get it done? Has he got the inside into turn 2? Yes, he does. What a move there for Furious.
How's he on that? 4 wide, please. Mate, and not been killed. Respect to the lads anyway, but yeah, see the top 2 now, Ogden and Trouble. I've pulled out a 2.1 second gap on the ART driver behind. They will be looking to get as big as a gap as possible. So Scott, or Furious, whatever you want to call him, just doesn't get out of his mouth quickly. Tez very happy with his signing in the Twitch chat there.
Indeed.
As he should be, to be fair.
I mean, yeah, look at that. I mean, Agonize. Oh, Agonize has been hit again, and he's into the gravel. The TF10 man has not had a great safety car restart. He's now dropped behind his teammate. He's down into 14th. He was second on the restart, and he's now down into 14th as Furious has now got himself into P3, making another move down the inside into the hairpin. Furious is a man on a mission at the moment, and he's only got 1.8 seconds to catch on Cloud in front.
Yeah, it does. He's eating away that time, just every single inch of this racetrack now. But his teammate Mawson hasn't made the same progress as he's made, but he's not exactly done badly.
I tell you,
but
someone else.
TF10.
Look at who else is up there, and I've only just noticed it now. Elite Risk is up into P9. He was, I think, 17th on the restart, and he's now all over the back of Martin, who's also on fresher tyres as Chudy. Sorry, Ballas and in my mirror going side by side into turn 1. Mirror trying to go down the inside of the BRT man. Nothing happening there. Chidi behind him in 12th. But as Martin now, I think, getting very close to the back of Simbarox 1, coming through turn 3. He's got a little bit of a switchback. He's going to have the inside line. Going into turn 4. Does the TTM man. Can he get that move down the inside? Simbarox 1 is still there on the outside, but he hasn't quite got the grip. And Elite Race has done them both! On the inside, Elite Risk monkey.
What a move.
I thought Martin made a good move there, but Elite Risk is just showing in the door and says, thank you very much, I'll take your pair of you.
Yeah, definitely. That was a great move from Elite Risks, but Furious within 7/10 of the car ahead.
Yeah, he's already caught onto the back of them. Yeah, I mean, look at the pace, the difference that there is between these new wet tyres compared to the older the wet tyres. I mean, look at the grid is already completely mixed up. I mean, Ogween and Cloud, yes, they had a couple of a second gap, but that has been reduced already in the space of a lap and a half as Mirror has gone down the inside, I believe. Of Simbarox 1, indeed he does, so he's making his way up now into 9th place. AERT currently having a good race at the moment, still a long way to go, as Elite Risk now is on the back of Finbob for what is going to be 6th place, as Furious is caught up to the back of Cloud now, going down the pit straight.
will he make the move? I think he will. He's just going to be right in the back now. Is he going to look down the inside?
No,
Yes, he will, but he's not going to make the overtake just
Mm.
yet. As Elite risks makes the move on Pip-Bob down into turn 1.
Way before turn 1, in fact, actually. As Cloud's made a mistake. I've gone off board there. Furious is trying to go around the outside of turn 3. That's something you don't normally see every day. He's going to be on the outside into, well, Cloud actually could have crossed him going into turn 4, so manages to stay on the racing line. But look at the grip difference between these 5-lap difference of tyres. It just shows what, you know, the difference that these tyres have. Furious is still there on the outside. Cloud is defending for all he's worth. He knows he's got to keep him behind as long as he can. But the tyre advantage is just inevitable. Round the outside goes Furious, and he's up into P2.
Yeah, great move from Furious there to get a TCM car into P2. Now, I reckon it's only going to be a short amount of time until he dispatches Ogwin as well and just pisses off right into the distance like, you know, when he does. We did see in that first stint before the safety car came out. But yeah, Tez has said it in the chat, fair racing, and it is fair racing. He's not been dirty with the overtakes he's making, but he's kept them clean, he's kept them fair, and he's just shown the amount of pace he has, and also those 5-lap newer tyres has. But Elite Risks, yeah, still P6 on 2 tenths behind the back of Langman. But I think if we go back to Furious now in the slipstream of Ogwin on the pit straight now, he's going to pull to the right hand side and he's going to make the overtake on Furious now. He's going to go back to the racing line, and he has done it, and I wonder what gas he can pull out now. But in my mirror makes a move on Fimble down to turn 1 as Fimble gets overtaken again, but Judy goes down the inside of in my mirror. Doesn't get the move fully completed there, but Judy is making his way back up after an incident at the start of the restart.
Indeed, yes, he is. As Elite Race actually obviously got the move done on Drobble as well. He's now into P4, and again, it just shows these wet tyres, these newer wet tyres, and the difference in pace they have as Martin gets the move done on FRT's Langman into P6. So Martin is also slowly making his way through. Obviously, he has dropped behind Elite Race for net position, but he is at least now up into P6. But look at Furious now, already over a second clear of Ogwin and Cloud. Ogwin and Cloud have just got to do their own strategy here at this point. Take these tyres, you know, to just over or about half distance, and then go onto a new set of wet tyres again. But Furious obviously will, then the roles will reverse, and then it will reverse once again by the time Furious and co pit. But it's a case of which strategy is going to be the best strategy. Obviously, engineers or the drivers, they'll all each know, as Martin trying to go for a little bit of a wider entry, kind of more karting line there in this final sector to try and give him a good run there onto the back of Drobble through this final corner to set a chance down the pit straight, and into turn, again, and into turn 1. TCM man on the battery. Drobble is not going to defend this, goes to the right hand side, as does in my mirror on Langman, and Judy also follows mirror through. In fact, Judy going to go for a double move. Actually, he's going to try and get the AERT man into again.
You can't say it.
I can't say it. I don't know why. And Judy gets a double move done there. Just about. Does he hang out? Oh, he kind of forces Mirror off the track a little bit there, but he gets into P7 just about, and that's Judy obviously now making his way through the field. He's next got to pass Mirror's teammate of Drobble for P6.
Yeah, it does. Judy getting his way up to the order now. So he does have those newer tyres along with some people, but Drobble is a third person who didn't box in that restart, so he's going to be at a significant disadvantage to the rapid Romanian behind him, 14 to F10. But I don't want to really focus on Furious too much, but 3.5 seconds in about, 2 laps? Pretty solid.
I know, this is what I was on about. I said, you know, the pace difference in the newer wet tyres is just ridiculous.
It's crazy.
You know, as Easton now going to go for the move on BRT Ballas. He's trying to go around the outside into the start of Sector 3. Does the on the BRT, man, can he get it done? He's still there, you know. Is Easton on the inside now into the right-hander? Surely the pace and grip advantage he's going to have, and he takes P11 there. So good move there by Easton, getting ahead of the one BRT driver. He's now got the second BRT driver, and Finbob up ahead of him, chasing him down for P10.
Yeah, it does. Judy making the move on Drobble on the main straight.
Drobble, surely he's got to let his teammate go here.
Yeah,
and indeed he does. Yeah, so a bit of a, obviously they've got to get it done. You know, Mirror's got the 5-lap fresher tyres. He's got more pace. It's a no-brainer. But yeah, out in front Furious with these fresher tyres has a 4-second gap over Ogwin. But Ogwin in turn is pulling away from Cloud, who's obviously on the same age tyres compared to him. So that's good. You know, good there by Ogwin at least. He's got the pace difference over Cloud, but In 4th place is Elite Risk. Elite Risk slowly closing in these two. Not as much as I thought, but I think that just shows what Furious's pace is like. It is just on a different level.
Yeah, I mean, he's just quick, innit? He's just really quick. I mean, his teammate Martin on the same side is getting up into P5 now, about a second behind Elite Risks. But Elite Risks is P4. Be really good for Team Shazoo on the second lap. Oh, not mediums, sorry, wets.
I mean, they could be mediums, but they do say wets. But you got to think as well, Elite Risk was at the back of the grid, at the back of the field near enough after an incident on the first lap, whether if it's through his fault or no fault of his own. But he's worked his way back up with that safety car. He's taken advantage of it, and he's now into P4. Pretty much, you know, he's actually gained places now compared to where he was. Obviously, those who didn't pit, always he has a bit of a wobble through the final corner. But those who didn't pit are probably going to start to really struggle now. They're going to have to come in at some point. Obviously, Agonize has gone for a big undercut. He is the quickest driver out on track at the moment. As that gap between Elite Risk and Cloud is now hovering at around about a second, as Easton now makes another move done on this, and obviously on Finbob this time, and he gets himself into P10. He's now going to try and close down the FRT man of Langman.
Yeah, Easton do go for ATX, then into P10 he does. I think he disconnected in quali, which may have put him at a disadvantage, but his teammate at P18 did not do very well for ATX. But I think things starting to settle down a bit now, but the rain definitely isn't setting down. Been the same throughout the entire 16.5 laps we've had so far. But I feel like the people who have started on those wets and haven't boxed yet will be looking to box soon, as they will be being a bit dead by now.
Yeah, most definitely, as Chudy starting to close in onto the back of Martin, who in turn is starting to close in onto the back of Elite Risk. And in fact, Elite Risk has lost time this lap. As Ogween's made a mistake, Ogween's in the wall.
What? Oh, shit.
And Elite Risk has disconnected.
Oh my god, Shazoo. Right. Who's hacked Shazoo then? So, somebody's thinking with a Shazoo.
Has Ogween had a wheel disconnect?
I think so, yeah.
I think Ogween's had a wheel disconnect because he's in AI mode. I think his wheel has gone.
Yeah, and Elite Risk disconnect. This is a.
What was looking a really good recovery is now going down. Oh, please tell me someone's invited Elite. Oh, do you know what? I'll do it. I'll invite my. I need to invite my driver in. I'm sorry, but you know it has to be done.
Joseph's saying it's rigged, and it may as well might be. I mean, both drivers having incidents in like pretty much similar time is crazy. I mean, both completely separate incidents.
At least Elite Risk is now joining back in, but I was wondering why he had lost a load of time all of a sudden. I thought he made a mistake, but obviously no, it turned out he's lagged out, and Ogween, I don't know what's happened to Ogween exactly. My guess is his wheel has disconnected or something, because is he?
Yeah, I mean,
is he still in AI mode? He is still in AI mode.
Still ghosted.
Yeah, so I think Ogween's wheel has gone, but well, Furious' lead is now 9 seconds pretty much over Cloud. Martin has now inherited P3 with Chudy right at his tail, so battle for the final podium position is now going to heat up with these guys both on the same lap all tires, and Mirror is actually only a second back. In fact, Ogween has disconnected as well. It was a double Shazoo disconnect.
Wow.
That is not something that you see happen at all.
Very often, yeah.
But I don't understand how Ogween was being put. I don't understand how Ogween was put into a tire wall.
This game is weird.
There's weird, and then there's stupid.
Harry said someone's dosed them.
But yeah, well, obviously, what's looked to be, as Ogween's AI has pitted him.
That might even not be a bad shout from the AI. I can't lie, because Cloud boxed just last lap as well, or this lap, sorry, but. Unfortunately for Ogween, he's not getting that Easter egg that Joseph mentioned, which is sad.
It's not his fault, but that's
definitely our fault now.
Yeah.
As we look to the front, after these incidents and pit stops, Furious is 11 seconds in the lead.
Yeah, Chudy's actually got a missed, obviously completely missed it, but Chudy's got ahead of Martin. So Chudy into P2 now, so Chudy's having a good race. Martin P3, Mirror now into P4 for AERT. So Mirror doing a very under-the-radar job here. But obviously, it was his teammate who excelled in qualifying, but it's Mirror who's excelling in the race with the strategy that he's on, and he's in 4th place now on, pretty much on merit, and on, battling for a podium. Elite Risk obviously back in the session now in P5, so he's not lost a huge amount of places. Well, he's lost 3. But he's still there in P5 at least. Obviously now got Easton behind him, so hopefully he can recover somewhat. But he is over 4. Well, he's 4.5 seconds down on the train in front. Like I said, Easton for ATX in behind him. Then you got the BRT boys running 7th and 8th, with Simrox in 9th and Partick rounding out your top 10 as Langman, who has just pitted for Fresh Wet, sets a new fastest lap of the race.
I think FRT underscore voice right, sorry. FRT underscore beggar a fox saying hashtag FRT Nation. And it's Chelsea. Oh, I'm Chelsea, mate. Welcome back to the scene after I don't even know when did he. I don't even know when he left.
Your guess is as good as mine.
Anyway,
it was so long ago.
So much time. It was after AC Monaco won it. He got effed over by something that happened. Ace said he thought it was Noah. Honestly, same. Might have been Noah's ult trying to pipe him up. Waiting for half to finish so I can get him in Rocket League. What rank are you in Rocket League? I'm Gold 2. Let me call.
Oh, well, there we go then. There's Cloud on the inside there of Agonized, going through the hairpin in the final sector as Martin goes into the box. So Cloud on his fresher tyres, 5 fresher tyres compared to Agonized, gets up into P12 and is on a bit of a mission. Obviously, he'll have an undercut. On essentially second, third, and was Martin in 4th. Oh,
Martin was
boxing. Third. But Martin obviously boxes. Let's see what Cloud's undercut is. I mean, well, there's your answer. Look at the undercut that he's got. Drobble now setting a new fastest lap of the race. In fact, Martin is going to be way down on Cloud actually, more than I thought. Saying that he wasn't actually that close to him initially, was he?
No, I don't think he was.
Maybe not. I just want to make sure that Ogwin is back in the session properly. Indeed he is, so at least he's on his fresh, wet tyres. And he could have lost more time, but look at that. He's going to come out behind Bourbon, who... Is there rules for pit exit here?
No.
Okay, because I just wondered why he was just...
Don't be an arse. don't take one. Don't be an arse. Do it anyway.
As Ogwin tried to make a move there through turn 3 and 4, nothing doing there. So Bourbon Boy just holds on to the position for now as Cloud gets the move done on Bourbon's teammate. Simbrox 1 is now up into P8. Cloud, I think, is and will be a net P2. At the moment, to try and close that gap down to Furious, but I think Furious can just pit whenever he wants. As Mirror pits from P3, reacting to Martin. Obviously, won't want to lose too much time, but he'll go for the undercut on Chudy in front of him. So he's going to see what he can do. We'll see when he comes out. As Ballas for BRT also pits. So yes, obviously those who needed to pit anywhere have to stop. The likes of Elite and Eastern being on 13 lap old tyres, can they take it to the end? I highly doubt it, and considering as well that Cloud is less than 5 seconds behind them, I don't see the point.
Yeah, and I think I was Ultra getting our second penalty of the evening. A lot less than Belgian. I think Belgian there was like a few people 12 seconds. As
Langman tried to make a move around the outside of Agonized. Agonized. Turn 4.
That was a bit of a wiggle from Agonized there, trying to go around the outside.
3 wide into turn 5, and Simrox 1 trying to defend as much as he can. We're going to go 3 wide briefly on the exit, but this is the grip difference as Elite Risk once again has lagged out of the session.
Crucial point there is.
Well, it was crucial.
Well, he's playing with his service then. He's messing about with Elite and Dogwin's S-boxes. The Furious boxes from P1.
It didn't lag him out. It didn't lag Ogwin out as well, did it? I'm hoping not. Well, let's go on board. The answer is it did. Ogwin is also AI. Why are both Shazoo drivers lagging out? What is this all about?
Are they game sharing or something?
They can't be.
I doubt it. But, yeah. Harry is saying sorry I hacked them. Lock him up. That's both from you, alright, mate.
Oh.
Chelsea said, what's my 3-dart average? I think it's like, I don't know actually. I've played some like little darts game on my phone. I don't know what it is. If I had a darts board at home, then I would kill my cat on accident probably because my aim is shocking. On the game on my phone, it is good, but what is happening to Shizou is my question.
I don't have a clue what the hell is going on as Langman has just lost the place to Drobble. Drobble won that fresh tyres and he's now got Martin on the back of him. So bit of a training here from Agonize. Got a 4-way battle here for P5. Elite Risk has rejoined the session, thankfully. Ogween has not. I'm gonna... I thought he was going to hopefully maybe join off of Elite, but I'm guessing that's not the case. So I will quickly invite him. Hopefully. He's on the home screen. Well, I think that answers that question.
Oh, said,
both are on
Virgin Media,
and it's kicked both of them out.
Oh, Virgin Media might be down then.
Yeah, it's quite possible. As well, Elite Risk's AI has pitted him. He was on 7-lap-old wet tyres, and well, his AI has decided he needed to go to the pits once again. Unless that was himself going to pits, I don't know. But anyway, we've got away from that, we've got a massive battle going on here. Martin, Agonize, Langman, Martin, Mirror, all battling for what is now P4. Martin has got the freshest tyres. Elite Risk has retired because I think he's joined in and the game has just kicked him. As Drobble has just gone completely off track at turn 4. Not too sure what the hell has happened there, but I wondered why there was a load of yellow flags, and it was for Drobble, as Martin on the inside of Agonized through the right-hander. He gets the job done. Agonized was actually leading this train half a lap ago. He's now at the back of this train, and it is Mirror, who is now in P4. Chudy does lead this race. I think Chudy is going to try and hang it out and get through to the end, but Shizou's race has just gone... well, it's finished because Elite Risk is now out of the race. He can't rejoin and take control of his car. Ogween is on the home screen, so that is Shizou pretty much with nil points tonight.
I mean, technically, Ogween is still in the points right now, singular point, but it won't. I doubt it will do much. It's really, really unfortunate, isn't it? Like, there's nothing you can do about it.
As Drobble gets a penalty for speeding the pit lane. Obviously, he's picked up damage from whatever happened at turn 4. Rev saying karma for Shizou being a racist team. Bit uncalled for that, Rev. I mean, I think there's more racist people in other teams than, you know, but obviously we will go into that. As a Mirror is pulling away from Martin in P5. Mirror having a very good race here. He's got an 8.5 second gap to close in on Cloud, which I don't see happening. But can he close in on Chudy, considering Chudy is on 15-lap older tyres? Let's
see, but yeah, Mirror's doing quite well for NERT now. Yeah, as I said, Chudy gonna have to box it. I'll just stay out.
No, Chudy's going to stay out. He's going to stay out to the end of the race. And someone actually said it in the chat as well that Agonize was doing a hold-up job for his teammate to, you know, on these fresher tyres. As Simbarox won and Partic having a bit of a ding-dong. And Simbrox 1 takes P10 away from the AMS man and gets himself into P10 with his team of Bowman in P8. So a nice double points finish there at the moment. Even with these lag outs and issues, BRT not really taking advantage. Only 9th and 13th at the moment. And right now it's TTM with a massive points finish, and FRT at the moment are the highest point scorers.
Shit, sorry to spot. Anyway, BRT's decline this one, it needs to be studied. Is it just them using, like, I don't want to sound rude by saying weaker drivers, but if they've stopped using the likes of Joe and stuff, and used obviously, I think they used Ballas and Flip for 2 weeks in a row now, but they were sitting at a comfy second, even attacking TCM. Now, like you said at the start of the stream, they dropped down to fourth. So
Yeah, it is a bit of a strange one as to. Now, I mean, unless the guys were saying that they're comfortable and they want to do this track, but at the end of the day, it's their decision as to who races and what they do. But Finbob looking to close in on the back of Bourbon Boy for P8. He has got 2 lap fresher tyres. He has a big wiggle there on the exit of the right-hander. I'm keeping an eye out on the gap between Chudy and Cloud. That gap now down to a 2.5 seconds. But the gap between the other gap I'm looking at is mirror to Chudy. That gap is now less than 9 seconds. I think AERT could get and snatch a podium.
maybe we will see. Because this Mirror guy, gonna be honest, never heard of him before in my life, but he's doing quite well, I have to say.
As Justin has gifted a sub to Tez in the chat.
Oh, Justin, thank you for the sub, man. I mean, Ted should be thanking him. But yeah, just cheeky. He's done that before as well.
Yeah, it was the third time he's done it. Oh, it's Finbob trying to stick his nose in through turn 3 there. Bobbins not having that whatsoever. He shuts the door completely as they come through turn 4. But Finbob definitely has the slightly better pace at the moment. Catching is one thing, though, as we know. Passing is another. But we're going to go quickly on board for P2 and P3 as Cloud has now caught up to the back of Chudy, which was inevitable. And surely it's only a matter of time for Cloud to take that second place back, where he has been for quite some time in this race, or at least in the top 3. If you just look at the pace difference, just look at the traction coming out of the slower corners, and surely this is going to be an easy move down the pit straight, unless Chudy has got a lot of battery. As Finbob actually got the move done down the inside of Bourbon Boy. Them two are still swapping. They'll stay on board here between Cloud and Chudy.
Easy
move done there, and that is Cloud into P2, and the gap now between Mirror and Chudy is 6.2 seconds. He's closed 2.5 seconds in 1 lap. I think that move is done and dusted. I think Mirror's got this, and I also think Martin will get Chudy as well.
Yeah, I mean, Mirror's pace is actually really solid, and I'm actually kind of surprised, to be fair. I've never seen him before. I didn't know it whatsoever from him, but clearly he's doing pretty decent for the ART outfit. I can actually say that instead of you, Adam. Get good.
It is, yes. As Ballas getting a move done there on Eastern down the inside into turn 1. So that's Ballas up a place down to P12. So BRT, both of them moving up a position in the last lap. Ogwin still hasn't rejoined, so yeah, that's that.
Virgin Media have well and truly.
Richard Branson, we're going to get on the phone to you tomorrow. We want compensation.
Yeah, right. Who's writing up Virgin Media and said, you're going to reset every server right now for the next hour and a bit? Who's done that?
Oh, somebody has.
Maybe it was an FRC. Maybe it was either half. Maybe it wasn't. Maybe it was anyone.
Maybe it was.
Somebody sabotaged Shazoo. Somebody sabotaged him.
Yeah, is that Andrea going? It is Andrea going very slowly. He's not in AI. He's just completely moving out of the way altogether. As Chudy actually still sticking within a second of Cloud actually there, so not a bad attempt on the last lap. But look at the gap to Mirror. It's now down to less than 4 seconds. And in fact, Mirror actually pulled a second on Martin on that previous lap. He's got, like I said, he's got good pace. I mean, let's see what he can do. Obviously, I don't think he's going to get second, but definitely can get a podium here. For AERT, Martin in P5, Langman P6. I mean, these gaps have started to open up already, which is, they're quite substantial as well. In fact, the only closest battle at the moment is Ballas and Easton. I think Ballas made a mistake and Easton retook the position on the previous lap, and Ballas has now just retaken that 12th place back once again. But the gaps are really starting to appear. As I say that, Finbob is now less than a second behind Agonized, and he's got 9 lap fresher tyres. So I think this move, just like the move Mirror's going to make on Chudy, is going to be it's going to be done and dusted.
Yeah, with Finbob trying to make up some, I wouldn't say crucial points anyway for BRT. They're just trying to keep as much position or get as much points as they can to keep P4. And I'm not sure. When you looked at the standings, how far were P5 away from them? Or did you not say?
What between Who, sorry, what, TF10 and...
Yeah.
Oh, they're like nearly 60 points clear.
Oh wow.
I think it's 51, actually, it might be 51. Obviously, their nearest challengers were Shazoo, but obviously they're not having a good race here, obviously, because of the Virgin Media. So it's actually BRT who, as Agonize has a massive tank slammer through the final corner. Surely Finbob has got this move done and dusted. Agonize, I think, is on the battery. I've clicked the wrong button. He's going to try and sell him a dummy. Goes to the inside, back to the outside. Surely he's got the grip to go around the outside. Agonize trying to squeeze him as much as he can, but that is all she wrote. And Finbob now gets into P7.
Yeah, good move from up there. Next target is Langman ahead of him on 5 lap older tyres than him. So if he can make that move for Easton making move now on Ballas, yeah, P12.
Weird one that is. I think Ballas has made another mistake because he's got 6 lap fresher tyres. I don't understand how he's losing out to the to Easton there, but fair play to him. He's got the position done. But look at this now. The battle for the final podium position is on. Mirror 7/10 of a second behind Chudy. I think again we're going to expect a move done in the next lap, if not not even a lap. It's come through this final sector as Furious starts lap 30 of this race, 4 laps to go, and Furious has just been completely dominant. Someone has gone off. That is a yellow flag out for it's Andrea. That's just Andrea. That's just Andrea letting everybody through.
Lapped.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
In my mirror, 4 seconds behind Judy. Now here we go. In my mirror, trying to get that crucial podium for ART. He's had a great drive so far. So he's going to try all he can to get past Judy. Judy on 24 lap old wets now. They must be feeling shocking.
Oh yeah, there's going to be little to no grip on these at all. As Mirror actually had a bit of a moment through turn 3, almost having a George Russell moment there, losing all front end grip altogether. As Simbarox 1 actually gets ahead of his teammate Borbenby. That's obviously team orders there, so Simbarox 1 can close in on Agonize, but quickly back on board with Mirror. Not really gaining so much at the moment on the back of Judy. He's going to hope to get this overtake done as soon as he can. Martin not really making any impressions at the moment, still over 4 seconds behind, so Judy still has a chance to maybe hold on to P4, but look at Mirror now. Briefly getting right onto the back of the gearbox of the Alfa Romeo, but he's not close enough to make a move down into the hairpin, and potentially he's going to have to wait yet another lap. I'm just wondering, what are Chudy's tyres on? They will be screaming. They will be absolutely shot, as you mentioned, Zach, but he's still there, and he still gets decent traction, to be fair to him, actually. He's doing a good job here, is Judy. I'll give him that. And to be honest, actually, your prediction could be right. He could end up P4 still, sir.
Yeah, I'm just a gun.
No, I'm guessing maybe, but here we go now.
Yeah. Mirror is going to go to the left onto left and Judy. He's going to try hanging around the outside. Judy going to take it down the inside. But Mirror, on those 15 lap pressure tyres, makes the move ART into P3. Mirror onto the podium positions.
Indeed, yeah, Mirror getting a good move done there. Judy fought as much as he could, and it was brave there from Judy. Both left each other just enough space. Good racing between the pair of them, but it's Mirror who takes that final podium position for Team AERT. Judy down to 4th. He now has Martin closing him down at a rate of knots. Gap is 2.6 seconds with 2.5 laps to go. Martin's teammate Furious already going through the final sector. He's just on a casual Sunday drive. Is Furious. The TTM man has just been on a different level to everybody else in this race. And surely the victory is in the bag.
Can I just mention something? It's the second race that Martin's done in a row where he started top 2 and finished P4 or 5. I don't really know what's happened with him. We've not really seen much for him.
You are correct, actually. And if it wasn't for Shazoo's issues, he'd actually be lower down than that. He didn't quite have the same pace as his teammate on the safety car restart because he was actually right behind him. Obviously, Furious just got the moves done quicker and was just a bit more aggressive. But he's got 2 laps to go. Gap is 1.8 to Chudy. He's closed in a second. In the second half of the lap, so Martin does have a chance of getting up into P4. It's a case of catching is one thing, overtaking is another, because it did take Mirror the best part of 2 laps to get the move done. Langman in P6 for FRT, doing a decent job there. His teammate up in P2, so again, FRT having a good day. Simbarox 1 has closed up to the back of Agonized, so there's a battle here for P8, and TF10 will hope to just maintain that position. They won't want to drop more points to TTM, let alone for FRT to close in on them.
Yeah, I mean, Shudi is gonna be shitting himself because you can get a puncture so easily right now. His tires are gonna be around 80 to 90%.
Indeed,
so he's gonna be really, really nursing those tires. So as you did say, Martin's catching up rapidly.
Sorry, Simbarox one had a massive moment going into turn 5. The car just went sideways as he got close to the back of Agonized. Thankfully, he didn't touch the back of him. Furious starts the final lap of the race at what is this still extremely wet circuit de Catalunya. Simbarox one's teammate Bomboy's actually closed up to him a bit more, so maybe there's 2 places for Agonized to lose here as they have a lap and a sector to go. Martin Chidi as they now start their final lap. Can he close in and get the move done? There's a lot still to do for the TTM man, but he has got a chance. Going to go quickly back on board with Simbarox 1. As he comes through the penultimate corner and onto the final corner, can he get this with a bit of slipstream? Obviously, still no DRS, obviously. Agonized defending right to the inside there, not giving Simbarox 1 any opportunity to go down the inside. He's going to have to pull to the left at some point. He does that now. Can he go around the outside of the TF10 driver? Agonized defending very well there, forcing himself out wide so that there was no space for Simbarox 1, and he just about holds on for now. Martin now within 6/10 of Judy, but Judy it's just doing a good job. Look at that. That gap is not really, once you get close to the driver in front of you, they can't really do much. But out in front, with 2 corners to go, he's been on fire this whole race. He got pole position, and he's going to take another win here in CSS. It's TTM Furious. He takes the win once again. What a performance.
17 seconds is crazy, but Martin on the back of Judy now. I think Judy is just going to hold on. Those tyres must be screaming in agony. But, yeah, Cloud's gonna just cross the line now, and
Simbarox 1 absolutely sends it from Narnia on the inside of Agonized. And Boy's now going to try and go around and move around the outside. And in fact, Simbarox 1, I think he's letting Agonized through. Yes, he is. I think that's the right thing to do there. Because he did pretty much just force him out wide. So fair play to Simbarox 1 to give him that place back. But yes, sorry about that. Like it was just Simbarox 1 just slides over the finish line. But yeah, Furious wins. Cloud is second, and Mirror with a fantastic P3 for AERT. They are going to be over the moon. Unfortunately, trouble down in 14th as had that issue at turn 4. But yeah, great result there for Mirror. Judy from last to P4. You called it, Zach. Great recovery from Judy.
I'm the GOAT. I'm just the GOAT. But I will ask people now if they want interviews. Yeah, but I think shock of the day, definitely Mirror. I don't think any of us predicted him to be top 10. I think if we did top 10 predictions.
Well, I mean, possibly. I mean, he did start P13. Anything could have happened. Again, obviously, got a bit of luck with in terms of certain things happen in the race, but you got to take the luck, and he got the moves done when he needed to. So it's a fantastic result there for Mirror, and I'm sure that Grumpy and as Larkin has said in the chat are extremely happy there. Here are your provisional results. Furious gets pole, gets the win, gets fastest lap. It's a grand slam. You can't ask for anything more. Cloud takes P2. Mirror takes the final podium position in P3. Chudi from last to 4th. Great effort from him. Martin once again starting 2nd, finishes 5th. Maybe next time you should start 3rd. Langman is 6th. Finbob for BRT is 7th. Simbarox 1 is 8th, with his teammate Borbon behind him in 9th. And Partick rounds out your top 10, with Easton in 11th, Ballas 12th, Ultra for G League getting points today in 13th, Drubble 14th, Agnize 15th, and then Ogween, Andrea, Elite Risk, and Sem technically your non-finishers.
Yep. Furious has said he wants an interview, so I will invite him now to the party to get him into it. Cloud also wants one, and Mirror hasn't given me a definitive answer yet. But yeah, driver of the day. It has to be between Mirror and Judy, but I'm not sure.
Well, I don't know. You've also got to look at
Close.
Furious, the fact that he was just so dominant. He's got a 17.3-second gap, but for me, I would give it to Mirror.
Yeah, I'll give it to Mirror as well.
There we go. That is the commentator's driver of the day. But anyway, obviously, who was your driver of the day? You tell us. You let us know.
Yeah, everyone, if you want to stay in the stream and listen to the interviews, they will be happening very shortly. I've just invited Furious now, but yeah. Good race that. A bit long,
was
obviously it's like 20 to.
Yeah, well, obviously, you're considering as to what the hell happened. Obviously, I'm going to try and speak to my drivers and find out what the hell happened. But obviously, Furious, make sure that you have ticked your audio.
Yeah,
but that was a fantastic drive from you there, Scott. Pole position, won the race, fastest lap. It's the Grand Slam. You can't ask for much more.
Yeah, it was a great race. I was fairly happy with the qualifying. I had more time in the lap. I'd done better laps in practice, but it was quite a decent lap. And then from the start, I didn't actually like the setup on the first couple laps, but as the fuel load went down, I really started to like the setup, and the car just really came to me. And by the end, I felt like I had really, really good pace, so I could just drive away.
Yeah, obviously you did show that. I mean, I was a little bit skeptical the fact that you made that pit stop, considering you were in the lead, as to how long it might take you to go through, get back through the field. But obviously, you proved me wrong. You made your way through the field. You charged through, and I think it was what 3 or 4. It was 4 laps, and you retook the lead, and then you just streaked away. And from that point on, you just looked comfortable. I mean, was it as easy as it looked, or was it just a case of just picking off the moves where it counted and mattered?
Well, yeah, that first pit stop, I think all of us in the voice call were actually quite surprised, because I think we thought the majority of the field would actually box. So that put us in, we thought, quite a bad spot. But I managed to find my way through very quickly, as you said. And then once I got to the front, I knew I had the fresher tyres, so I could just pull away again. And then with that extra box, I don't know why, and my team don't know why either, but my mic, I just couldn't hear the team since maybe lap 15, 16. So all I could hear was my game, and I had no clue what was going on. So I was just trying to make the strategy up myself. But after that, yeah, just use the fresher tyres and do what we had, and hope there was no more safety car. Because if there was another safety car at the end, we would not have had any new tyres to go on to.
Zach, anything you'd like to ask?
I mean, you've asked the questions I wanted to ask, but I just want to say congrats. I mean, mega pace and yes, Scott. I mean, obviously, we know you're fast, but 17 seconds is a bit absurd. Obviously, it did help with the unfortunate disconnect with Ogwin and Elite Ricks. Also, Scott, if you were wondering what happened, they both have Virgin Media, and Virgin Media were doing some stuff on their network. They both got kicked off.
Yeah, I heard that Ogwin went into the wall. We heard it was a wheel disconnect from what I got told.
Well, I thought it was a wheel disconnect, but it turns out that they're both on Virgin Media, and they both went down at the same time, because I thought it was just Elite Risk that got lagged out, but it turns out Ogwin was as well, and then they both got back in, and then they both got kicked out again a few laps later. So it was, what turned out to be a good race then went to pot. But anyway, that doesn't matter. All that matters is that obviously, Scott, that you've won the race, you've dominated the race. TTM back on winning ways again after not winning last week, so it's back on the charge again, and obviously you increased your lead at the top of the standings. So great result, mate. Fantastic.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, geez, mate. Scott, go on FIFA after, yeah? Just
maybe. I don't know. I've got to do biology.
I don't know.
Maybe
biology.
Yeah, well.
I've got school, mate.
Yeah, same. Yeah.
Anyway,
oh, man.
Right, you like to get to your
interviews.
Bye, guys.
That was years ago. What the hell is all that revision rubbish?
God, sorry, mate. Cloud getting invited to the party now.
Already done it.
Oh, he's already in.
Way ahead of you.
Cloud, include your audio, please, mate, in the party section.
Yep. It's included.
You done it?
So, Cloud, obviously, well done once again. It's another podium for yourself. Didn't quite have the pace of Furious today, but you seemed, obviously after the issues that Elite and Ogween had, you then obviously just held your own. You had good pace, and it's another podium for yourself and for FRT, and obviously your teammate Langman also gets good points. So, on the whole, a good night for yourself and for your team?
Yeah, I mean, it was quite smooth, except we're not expecting that wet weather to be so bad at the start of qualifying, but yeah, quite smooth. We just knew when to pit and just didn't want to try anything too risky. So pace was good, strat was good. Nothing went really wrong.
Yeah, well, obviously,
I
it's
mean,
another. So, go on, Zach. No, go on. You're right.
I mean, yeah, obviously you and I think it was a few other people. I think it was you and Judy did have a similar strategy. You and Ogwin, sorry. And after the safety car restart, when you guys extended, did you think maybe the win was on after that when you both extended? Obviously, like I just said, after the safety car restart.
Um, Not really. Like once I saw Furious get up to P4 after the restart, and then he caught me and then passed me and then stretched like 7, 8 seconds. I knew that the win was never there. Even when I was only behind Ogwin, I was more locked in for P2 than anything.
I mean, yeah, P2 is still a really great result for you and the team. And did you get a podium in Bristol as well? You did, didn't you? So you've
Uh,
obviously been on a good streak of results lately. So fair play to you, mate.
yeah,
Yeah,
thank you.
congratulations, obviously, Cloud. Well done on your P2. Hopefully you can, well, for your team's sake, you can keep that up next week. For my sake, I hope not. But I can't be
Yeah,
horrible. But no, well done, Cloud. Well done on your P2.
Yeah, well done, mate.
thank you.
And we'll finally get. I'll let you
The
invite him in.
star boy.
We'll get yes, the man of the hour, Mr. Mirror himself. And
Yes.
here he is. Hello, Mirror.
If you could include your audio, please, in the stream.
Yes.
Yeah,
In
I've
part
done it.
zone.
Yeah,
Cheers, mate.
it's good, mates.
So, yeah, Mirror, that was very unexpected, but very, very well done. Very well done on your race. Obviously, starting P13 after a difficult qualifying, I guess you could say. Did you ever expect to be on the podium?
Well, I bottled my qualifying. My best lap I did on practice was a 0.6, so I fucked up fully. So just glad I made up the places, really.
Yeah, obviously, you made the positions and made them, matter where they counted. The fact, I mean, yes, obviously there were some issues during the race for other people, but obviously you made the moves stick when you could. You had much better pace compared to Martin behind you, when you're both only on, similar tyre strategies and tyre wear. So, but it seemed like it took a little bit longer than it should have done to pass Judy. Was it that difficult to overtake him when you got close?
It was a bit difficult to follow, but I just didn't want to end in a crash, to be honest, just playing it safe. There's no point rushing the overtake if I don't need to.
Yeah, I
Risk
mean,
reward type thing.
like Adam said, it was quite unexpected, but I would say a really pleasant surprise because, like, we both expected the Shazoo and the TCM guys to be on the podium, but you have surprised everyone in a really good way. So, yeah, just honestly, did you expect, like Adam said, did you expect to be fighting in the front, or were you just expecting like a, I don't know, top 10 finish maybe?
Top 7 finish, to be honest, but when the safety car came out and I got to pit, and there wasn't many other people pitting, I realised I could get up there, so I gave it my best go.
And you did really well, mate. First year, P3 for ERT, got points for the team, and you as well.
Yeah, obviously,
you.
very well done, Mirror. Congratulations on your podium, AERT's first podium of the season. Let's just obviously hope that we can maybe try and repeat that into the remaining races. But no, very well done. And I think both of us have agreed that you're both of our driver of the day.
Yeah,
Oh,
mate.
thank you very much.
Oh, good
Yeah,
work.
we don't count Judy. But
Yeah,
anyway,
of course.
that has been round 7, guys. Obviously, we are just over the halfway point of the season. Next week, we go into the Hungaroring, where I don't know who's going to race, obviously. I might not even be commentating. We'll see what time I get back from my old tricks I'll be getting up to at the weekend. But from myself and from Mr. Zach Clark, thank you for joining us. We'll be back this time next week. We'll see you then.
Adios.